Earlier this year, South Perth Council decided to change the crossing priority at 3 points in St James Mitchell Park, so that drivers now have to give way to cyclists and pedestrians using the shared path. The question is, how have drivers reacted to this change, and are they actually giving way? After a rocky start, my experience so far has been pretty good. I'm finding that drivers are giving way, but I don't trust them at all. I approach these crossings with the expectation that an approaching driver is going to blow through the give way sign, and I'm ready to stop immediately if they do so. The shared path has been built with some tight curves on the approaches to these crossings, and those are designed to slow cyclists down before they reach the crossing. And that is a very good idea. Blasting through these crossings at full throttle is a brain dead idea. I had a look at the main roads crash data for the last 5 years, and I can only find one bike-related crash in this area from 2022, which means it happened before bikes were given priority. If you ride around here regularly and you've had any close calls either before or after these changes were made, well, leave a comment. When these crossings were first introduced, quite a few drivers completely failed to see the newly installed give way signs and just rolled through like they still had right of way. I think it took a while for drivers to wake up and realise that things had changed, and cyclists and pedestrians now have priority. As they should. This stretch of foreshore is a park for recreational use, not a highway. Confusingly, there is one crossing along this stretch that hasn't been switched around, and that's because it belongs to the town of Victoria Park. The council boundary runs right along the street in question, and the street is wholly within the town of Vic Park, and that includes the road crossing. I reckon if the council boundary was on the western side of the road, this crossing would have been flipped around as well, and cyclists would now have priority. Well, I'd like to see more changes like this in parks and recreational areas. What do you think?